Yeah, Yul Edochie has just given us an August surprise. Like this surprise came too early, and it came very unexpected. Like I don't know why. Um, I don't know why I'm really surprised, and I must say I'm kind of disappointed in you because, to be honest with you, polygamy is not new. No be today polygamy starts, and I doubt if polygamy is going to end. Polygamy has always been there, right from the time of our fathers, right from the time of our forefathers, our ancestors, and all that. So we didn't just create polygamy in this generation. It's an old age tradition. But I think the reason why a lot of people are surprised and disappointed in Yul Edochie is because of the kind of person he is. Like, I think many people didn't just see it coming from him. Many people held him in with high, high dignity, with high prestige. People had a lot of respect for Yul Edochie. And they didn't just see it coming, not from him. Now, there are some other people that can just wake up one morning and say, oh, they want to have a second wife, or they want to have a harem of side chicks, and nobody will be interested, nobody will be bothered. Like, it will just be like, what's new about that? But I think what actually deflated people's respect for Yul is his personality. He didn't seem to be that kind of person that would want to embrace polygamy, especially not in this 25th century. You understand? Not in this 25th century. Like, who deals with all those kind of baggages again, all those kind of load and stress that marriage brings? Even being married to one woman, staying married to one person is a lot of stress, because you're not just married to the woman, you have the children to also deal with. You have your business struggles, your financial problems there that you have to also deal with. There are a lot of things that are crossing through your mind. And then you now add another woman to the equation. And then children starts coming from that one. As far as I'm concerned, and this is my opinion, Yul has just used his own hands to dig his grave. He might not understand what it is now. He might not understand what he has just entered now. Right now everything is going to be very fresh and new. And the first years and the first stage of dating, how it is very, very interesting, very funny, the loving memories you have of each other, you texting, making calls every now and then, checking on each other and all that. But you get to discover that after a while, when you've stayed so long in the relationship, you start seeing each other finish. The stage of see finish comes in, and then you start irritating each other. You start feeling like this person is beginning to choke me so much with attention, with love, with his presence and all that. And then you want a space. He has not gotten to that point yet with this his new wife. So right now he still thinks he's in heaven. And for the fact that this is even a wife, not a side chick, that makes it more difficult, because Yul has succeeded in destroying his own family. I don't even know what people want. Like, I don't get it. You have a woman that has 3 boys and a girl, 4 children for you. In those days, they say, oh, men usually do all these nasty things because they're looking for a male child. Maybe their wife is not able to give them a male child, so they keep following women until they see the one that will, give them a male child that will take over their name when they die and all that. But you have 3 boys. What are you expecting from another woman outside? What does she want to give birth for you? What are you? So in those days, that is one of the reasons why men go after side chicks, after women, or after second wives, because they want someone that will carry over their names when they are no more. But this is a young man, a 40-year-old man. You never to see life like that too. It's not like you have seen the length and breadth of what this life has to really offer. You now decide to multiply your problem. Okay, let us assume that the wife you have at home is not giving you peace. Let's assume that the wife you have at home does not give you rest of mind. Let us assume that the wife you have at home nags too much. All the problems you want to, you can imagine comes from her. Let's assume that. Are you telling me that this second wife is going to be the angel of your life? Are you telling me that this second wife is not just pretending just to enter? Are you even telling me that everything you tolerated in your first wife for the past 17 years, you will tolerate it in this second wife? Or everything your first wife has endured with you for the past 17 years, this second wife is going to endure it with you? Let's assume you are the one that even has a problem with your personality. Let's assume he is the one that has issues and the wife has been enduring all of this for years. What is the possibility that this second wife is going to endure and take all that shit that the first wife has been taking? These are the questions sometimes we fail to ask ourselves because we are in a hurry to be happy, irrespective of how we hurt others. He's just rushed into the marriage. He's just rushed into another woman. He's just, broken the heart of the woman that has been there with him. Now, you see the reason why a lot of women prefer already made men. Before, I used to really be against women when they say, oh, they want a rich man, they want a man who has this, who has that. I used to be like, which one Papa gets? Was your father so rich when he married your mom? Why can't you start with a man and build his life and. But now I do not blame women at all. Seeing the kind of things that happens in the society from day to day, I do not blame any woman who chooses a rich or a wealthy man as a husband. That is her preference. That is her heart desire. And if that's what she wants, she should go for it. Because a lot of struggling men have really opened our eyes. A lot of all these so-called struggling men, build with me, let's grow together, let's create our future together, let's build our world together, let's build our kingdom together. A lot of all these promises have, in most cases, they don't even go beyond the roof. It only ends when the man begins to see the money. Immediately the man begins to touch money. That is it. He will now remember that you that built all that heaven and earth with him. That's when he starts bringing out all the faults in you. That's when he starts seeing you as a nagging woman. That's when he starts seeing you as someone that is lazy, as one that complains. He starts finding faults. And in most cases, some of the faults, the major of the faults they usually find in the woman is that the woman is cheating on them. Because they believe that once they say that one, that the woman is cheating, it's a heavy accusation to nail the woman and to shut her up. And everybody will be on the man's side. Then immediately he runs to the next woman in the name of the wife is cheating. Listen, I always advocate for women having a means of income. I'm of the opinion that as a young lady, before you get into marriage, make sure you have a means of income. If you don't have a job, look for a business you can start. Start a trade, start some form of services, anything at all that will fetch you money, no matter how little. Because once you have something that is giving you a means of income, when your man misbehaves, you have the right to step out if you're not happy with it. This is one of the reasons why a lot of women die in stressful marriages, in stressful relationships. This is one of the reasons. Now, let us assume that Yul's first wife does not have any means of income, does not have anything at all that she's depending on except her husband. Now, the husband will go carry another wife, enter house. The first thing that will kill this woman is her inability to move out. Because she would definitely not be happy with the situation that her husband has just put her in by going to bring another woman in. She won't be happy. So it's either she deals with it, manages it, while the thing is killing her silently there. She's getting mentally depressed and abused. It's either she deals with all that, and she also has to deal with her blood pressure rising because she's not going to be happy with the whole situation. But she cannot escape from it because she has nothing to do. She has nowhere to go. She has nothing to fall back on. So she will decide to remain there as the first wife, while Yul is flaunting his second wife all around. Do you know what that is? Do you know what that is for a man to be flaunting another woman when his first wife or his wife is there. And if you even talk, the man will be like, if you don't like it, go now. And you actually cannot go because you don't even have the means to go. So you will just be dying in silence there. Do you actually know what that means? Women, take care of yourselves. Get something doing. That excuse of I want to be a full-time housewife and I want to sit at home and taking care of the kids, and you're not doing anything apart from taking care of the kids. My dear, you are digging your grave big time. You are digging your grave massively. If you don't have a means of income as a young lady that is going into marriage, you better not marry you. Marriage is not always a bed of roses. There are times in marriage where you will feel like running away. There are times in marriage where you will even start regretting, why did I even marry? There are times in marriage where some things will hit you. Coupled with the fact that you don't even have money, you don't even have a means of income or survival. Apart from the one the husband is giving you, you will be so depressed, frustrated, and if you are not careful, you'll be suicidal. So women, take care of yourselves. If you've got children in the marriage, take care of your children. Try as much as possible to make yourselves happy. Make yourselves happy, because these days there is no one to trust. Yul, with all his personality, with all his dignity, with all the way he has a very respectful personality. He's the kind of person that when he talks, you want to associate with him. This is the same Yul that came out some many months back and was praising the wife and was flaunting him. Oh, she was there for me when I had nothing and blah, 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 blah. And the same person that was there for you when you had nothing, all of a sudden you just woke up and you feel she's not good enough again to be your one and only. You went to bring somebody else. You brought someone else into the equation, married the person sharp. And you want your first wife that was there with you when you had nothing to be happy. You want your first wife that was there with you when you were struggling to be happy. You see, this is one of the reasons why a lot of men just die very early. They just die miserably. They just die, some of them just die at the peak of their career. Some just die when they're about to start settling down, when life is about to get soft for them. Some even die when things have already settled, everything is fine, and they're about to relax and start enjoying their wealth. They just go off. Because if you know they cry, a lot of women cry in their hearts just because of what you men have done to them. I swear you will have the fear of God. You will fear God before you hurt women. But, a lot of men, just because of greed and because they feel they are men, and they always use this excuse as men are polygamous in nature. It's our right to have as many wives as possible. There are many women out there. It's good for the men to be marrying them so they don't remain single. They use all these excuses to misbehave. Continue. Nobody can hold you men from doing what you want to do. But my message is for the women. If you know what is good for you, you start building yourselves. If you know what is good for you, you start safeguarding your heart. Prepare your mind as much as possible. That anything can happen. Anything can happen. If a man can wake up one day and use his hand to break a marriage of 17 years, not 7 years, 17 whole years, what do you want again? His first child is almost entering university, if not in university already. What do you want again? Tomorrow now, when he dies, he will leave katakata in the house for the family. He will leave problem. This one will be jazzing each other. The children will be fighting each other. First wife will be jazzing second wife. Second wife will be jazzing first wife. He has just created a war zone in his family. So I just wish the first wife all the best. I just hope she has the mind, the strength, the capability to withstand this rubbish that her husband has put her in. I just hope she has that strength to withstand it. I really do hope she can enjoy it and use her children as a consolation to herself and just move on with her life. Because if you is not going to regret it, I can tell you that's a big lie. He's definitely going to regret it. But maybe at some point, his pride and ego as a man will not allow him to accept the fact that he's regretting it. But he will regret it. Women, you better stand up and stop sleeping. Stop all those your full-time housewife rubbish. It's not working for you. A lot of you are dying silently because you have no means of income. Get up, wisen up.